I'm gonna call myself trying to do a video on how to spot leaf-footed bugs. What's the easiest way to go through your garden and find them? Gnats. Y'all don't mind me. If you look down in here, you see I found 3. You see a bunch of them dead at the bottom. I got those a few days ago. That was a whole bunch of babies. Whole bunch of babies. But I just got 2. I'm not gonna tell y'all that I'm gonna find some, but I'm just gonna give y'all some tips on how to look for them. And if I find some, y'all know showing up, I'm gonna kill them. So what I usually do is I go to the plants that I know that they like most. So we know that they love tomatoes, because y'all, if you fight with leaf-footed bugs, you know what they do to your tomatoes. Be biting into them, and it ruins them. They have a little proboscis, almost like a mosquito, and they stick it in there and they be sucking the juice out of your stuff. So I go to the stuff that they like the most, and I know that they love tomatoes. So wherever I see I have tomatoes, I look on them. Now, I have noticed they don't seem to like the green ones as much. Look at this. In the 500. See what I'm talking about? In the 500. And the bump and stuff tore up on the front. That's why your car tore up now. That's why it's tore up now. But anyway, we won't get on that. They usually like the ones that are blushing or ripening more. See there? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all see them? There goes some babies. Hold on. Hold on. I got to get my stuff. And you can spray them with poison. You can do whatever you want to do. Hold on, y'all. I got to put y'all down because I need 2 hands. So just bear with me. And you have to be careful, y'all. Okay, I got 2. I got 2 down in there. Let me show y'all. Y'all see I got 2 new little orange ones floating. Those are leaf-footed bugs too, y'all. Those are the nymph stage. Those are not assassin bugs. I've told y'all before, if you see these bugs clustered up in a gang like that, like how in the Bible it say where there are 2 or more gathered, that's how these leaf-footed bugs be too. Except they don't be spreading God's word. They be tearing up your stuff. So I just tap them down into some water, because that's what I got right now. I don't have any poison, anything mixed up right now. But as I just showed y'all, they prefer the ones that's blushing. They're just like anything else, birds and stuff. A lot of times they wait until the stuff is ripened, and that's when they start attacking it. So that's what I look for. But I'll glance at any clusters, because they could be on the green ones. I have seen them be on the green ones. But like I said, they prefer the ones that are blushing and or ripening. See, here goes some. Here goes. See, there go one on that one. Can y'all see him on there? See what I'm talking about? Hold, I see 2 of them. Where there are 2 or more gathered, what do we need to do? Get our water. So hold on, let me get this. I'm gonna have to put y'all down again. Bear with me. Okay, I got them. Let me show y'all. We're gonna rack up some bodies today. Y'all see it's more bodies in there? It's 2 more. I got those 2. So I'm gonna demonstrate what I'm doing when I do that. So what I do is I hold the jar up under whatever tomato is blushing, and then I take my hand and tap. So like this one, I don't have a jar up under there, but I would have had the jar up under that tomato, and I tap like that. They don't hold on very good. They have a tendency that when they see any disturbances, they start moving, scattering, and releasing, because generally they'll fall to the ground and hope that you won't see them. And that's what they do, okay? So that's how you can find them. Now, when you are doing this, and y'all, I'm steadily looking because I got tomatoes. Y'all see, I got tomatoes, so I'm still scanning as I talk to y'all. So you will see, and also be kind of careful. Sometimes you can knock your tomatoes off, and I have knocked them off. It's not the end of the world because y'all know a tomato will ripen off the plant. But I try not to, because sometimes if it's a cluster, like for instance this, if these were further along, sometimes you tap this cluster and you may knock off 2 or 3 tomatoes. So you want to be kind of careful about what you do. And if that bothers you, then you need to mix up you some poison. That's what you need to do. If you don't want to run the risk of knocking, and y'all don't mind me, once again, I'm still looking for bugs. We got 3 inches of water last night. Rain of water. Rain, let me show y'all. On my rain go almost 3 inches. Can y'all see the rain gauge? See where it's almost to the 3? We about a quarter of an inch down from the 3. So we almost got 3 inches of rain last night, y'all. And to be honest, a lot of times when it comes to leaf-footed bugs, it's even easier to find them, because after all that rain like that, they really don't like being wet, y'all. They fly when they're adults. When they're babies, they don't fly, but when they become adults, they gain the ability to fly. They wings, their bodies get wet, so they stand out here and dry. I think I see another one. I could be wrong. No, that's a leaf. Okay, but I have gotten so good at spotting them from afar. And you'll get good at it. You just have to train your eye to do it. And you'll get good at it, and you can see them from far. Because sometimes I don't even have to be on them. But that's one way I look for them on my tomatoes. Another thing that they love is peppers. And a lot of times, once again, they'll wait until your peppers start blushing like this, or they're ripe like that. They're opportunistic. Leaf-footed bugs, one of the few bugs that I have seen that will fool with a hot pepper. Like they'll bite on these hot peppers. I don't know. You know, most bugs don't like hot stuff. Hold on, let me get her together. Down. Don't jump on my door. That's helpful. Anyway, the poster person, they hear the poster person, they think that's they cute. Y'all don't mind me. See, I seen them leaf-footed bugs, so till I had to put my harvest down. You have to child them bugs, or they'll make you do that. Till you have to put your harvest down. You can't even focus because you have to get those bugs. Okay? So be looking throughout your garden in areas where you know that they like stuff the most. Peppers and tomatoes is my main where I know they love stuff. But don't just look there. Because as I said, sometimes they're just drying out. I have seen them up on my callaloo. There's nothing, because they like fruit bodies. They want to suck water out of stuff. And their proboscis, if they stick it through this leaf, they're just going to go all the way through. They don't really fool with leaves. They fool with more fruits, whether it's tomatoes, peppers. I haven't seen them on any of my other fruits like figs, pears, peaches. I haven't seen them on there. I don't know if they fool with that or not, but I know they fools with them tomatoes and them peppers. I know they fools with that. So, but I'm saying that to say that's what you want to keep your eye on, because once you know how it feeds, you have an idea. Because I'm not going to say that it don't eat peaches. I don't know. It may. How do I know? It may eat, be biting down on them apples. How do I know? I don't know. But what I do know is I have seen them trying to dry out. They'll be on the leaves, just in the sunlight, trying to dry out. And so I will a lot of times look over my callaloo and see, do I see any on the leaves? Right here I have tomatoes. So I'm going to glance over these tomatoes to see, do I see anything? Every now and again, I see them on the leaves of the peas. They just be drying out. Now, I've never actually seen them biting into the peas, but I've seen them, like I said, on the leaves trying to dry. Because like I said, we had a bunch of rain. So that's how you go through and be able to spot those. See, I see a tomato blushing right here. So I'm going to pay close attention. And just walk up on it and look first before you start. And if you see something, go get your stuff. But I see I can harvest this tomato. That's another thing. It'll help keep the leaf-footed bugs because, as I said, they prefer ripening tomatoes. And a lot of times, if they find your green tomatoes, they'll just hang around until they ripen. And I know that's why some people don't like to let their stuff ripen on the vine, because the pests. But just like, see how this is blushing? I've been checking this regularly. And I haven't seen any leaf-footed bugs. They haven't found it yet. I do let my stuff ripen on the vine, but I proved to y'all on those that are blushing over there that it was indeed some over there, okay? So, but if you'll pick your stuff as soon as it get ripe, and I know that's not the easiest thing to do, or if you want to pick it early. I don't pick it early because, I'm sorry, I can taste the difference when it's been all the way ripened on the vine versus ripening in the house. But I get it. If you have a serious issue, because let me explain this. The reason why I'm doing this is to keep the leaf-footed bug population down. Years when my leaf-footed bug population got completely out of control and I didn't do what I'm doing now, such as catching them when they're nymphs. Y'all see how many nymphs? Let me go back to my jar and show y'all. Because I had way more nymphs in there than adults. Let me show y'all. Get in the light where y'all can see. Y'all see all them little orange, them little nymphs, the babies, and look at them trying to crawl. Like, get your ass back down in there. It's 5 or 6 babies in there and 2 adults. You see what I'm saying? So I'm catching them before they even have a chance to multiply a lot of the times. When you do that, you keep your populations low. If you let your populations get high, it's almost impossible to get them back under control, in my opinion. It takes so much work and so much pausing. When I do it this way, it's not a ton of effort. It's a quick walkthrough. I only do this. I don't even do it once a day because I didn't do it at all yesterday. I didn't do it the day before. I think I did it the day before that. So when you keep your populations low, it's easier for you to manage pest pressure. When you let pest pressure get out of order, that's when you have an issue. That's why these people that claim they go in once a week, baby, I don't see how you doing that. Not if you live in the South. Maybe you live somewhere where it get cold where y'all don't get bugs. But last time I checked, the cold get bugs too. Now, somebody that live in the cold can correct me if I'm wrong. But these people going out in their garden once a month, once a week, I don't know how you doing that. I don't have a clue. And I would love for if somebody would love to get on here and educate me on how do you do that? How are you able to do that? Or maybe you just don't have the pest pressure that I do. And see, that's another thing, what I tell you about learning your gardening space intimately. You must learn what pests are in your area. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to learn it all at once. But over time, you should be learning these things. Like, for instance, if you've been gardening a certain number of years, a person should be able to ask you, what type of pests do you encounter? And you should be able to quickly answer. You see what I'm saying? Anybody ask me what's the pest I fight with the most, I can tell you right quick. Leaf-footed bugs, them freaking cabbage loopers. It's a certain butterfly that lay their babies. And I say cabbage loopers, but they not technically like the little green. Mine aren't green. They got a stripe on them. But it's still a butterfly laying them. Them worms. Them the 2 main culprits that eats my stuff up. But then again, I do have aphids. You see what I'm saying? So I can quickly kind of rattle out to y'all what are the things that ail me in my garden. And if you've been gardening for a number of years, you should be able to say, just like the good predators, you should be able to spot those as well. Because I can spot a ladybug, a lacewing, a praying mantis, this little lizard that's crawling. He's a good friend too. He eats bugs. I don't run lizards out of my garden. I welcome them because the more they eat, the less I have to do. So, also the frogs. People wonder why I let frogs, the tadpoles and stuff, be in my rainwater. Because when those tadpoles turn into frogs and toads, because I have both, they come to the garden and they eat. So, yeah, I'm not going to run them off either. Just like people, you should put a netting over, you should do this, you should do, no, because that's going to stop the tadpoles. I need those toads and those frogs. I need every last one of them. Okay, so y'all, that's some of the little stuff you can do. And especially after a rain, I want to impart this on you. After a rain, make sure you go in here and double check. Now, this damage was here before the rain. I know y'all see all this damage, but I checked this, and this damage was here before the rain, and I got all the worms off that I saw. By the way, understand that some varieties of stuff attracts more bugs than others. I'm gonna see if y'all can see this. Y'all see all that stuff flying? Can y'all see them little things? Them little things flying. Can y'all see that? I hope y'all can see that. I can see it with my eyes. That's whitefly. This, I forget what kind of greens this is. Because I hope and pray y'all can see that. They're so little. I don't know if y'all can see them. Y'all tell me in the video if you can see them. This one and this one. No, it's really just this one. It's not that one. Have whitefly. Them greens, right? Those are collards. They are a certain type of collards. I don't know what kind of collards. But I got some other collards planted. No whitefly. I liable to never grow whatever variety that is again. That's another thing people have to understand. Some varieties is drawing some of this stuff to your garden. Sometimes. I'm going to check this again. This look like it put on some new growth since all that damage it has. This too. Y'all see? So I got ate up a little bit. Worms hatched out on me, and I got ate up a little bit. But I'm checking to see, do I see any new worm poop? I'm looking to see if I see really any worms. And I don't seem to be seeing anything. Because before this rain, I got a bunch of stuff out. I'm going to show you where they ate up. They tried to eat this down to the ground. Look this here. They tried to eat this down to the ground. Stem. But I see new growth. But that literally had, look at them harlequin bugs. Let me get my stuff. See what I'm talking about? You have to be vigilant. You can't rest. They won't allow you to rest. You have to be vigilant. Let me get my jar. Because that's what I do with them harlequin bugs too. Now I haven't seen, I forgot to say, when people ask me about pets, harlequin bugs. And you thought you was going to make it. Homie climbed out the jar and killed him. You still not going to make it. You was tenacious. You tried it. And I'm probably going to have to pray over that. I done killed something, but that'll be all right. Okay, let me get up in here. See these two harlequin bugs right here? Y'all see them? They'll start moving on you. Damn it, I done dropped that one. You can get your ass in this water. Where that other one? Here is. You can get your ass in that water. You're going to take a bath. Look at them, see? I just have a cacophony of stuff swimming to their death. When they say something about municipal pool, look here. See what I'm talking about? You have to be prepared. And I know some people say, oh, well, you could just squeeze them. I'm sorry. These suckers have so much stuff in them. That little green stuff. I don't like all that crap all over my hands. And I know some people going to say, oh, I could never pick up them bugs. Yeah, if you had caught me a year or two ago, I couldn't either. But guess what? You get to a point where you like, okay, these suckers don't bite. I'm just going to have to get over it. You get to a point where you have to get over it. But if you can't do what you just saw me do, don't stand around and say, well, what am I going to do? You need to mix you up some poison. That's what you need to do. You need to get you some of that liquid 7. Or if you don't want to mix up no poison, you can get you some Dr. Dead Bugs, which is rated for organic stuff or whatever. But I'm going to be honest, I found that crap don't work. I seen them things, they rub that stuff on like lotion. When you spray them bugs, they take a bath in that, then they start doing push-ups and eating your stuff even faster. Them suckers start working out and getting bigger and stronger. I ain't got time for that. Now, maybe it'll work in your garden, but these little hood bugs I got over here, no, that don't work on them. So, good luck with that. I have found that liquid 7, and like I tell y'all, it tells you to put 1 ounce with so much, however much water. I can't remember. I don't want to tell y'all how much water because I don't want to tell you wrong. Read the bottle. They make some liquid 7, not the powder, the liquid. I take that, and like if it say, I'm using an arbitrary number because I don't remember because I have to read it every damn time. But if it say take 1 ounce of that 7 concentrate and mix it with 2 quarts of water, I don't mix it to that strength. I use 25% of what they say. So if they say use 1 ounce to 2 quarts of water, I take 2 quarts of water and I put 1/4 of an ounce. I have found that still kills the bugs, but it is not mixed as strong. Does that make sense? Because if you're using 1/4 of an ounce versus 1 ounce, you're using less poison to the same amount of water. So it's a little bit more dilute. So it's less toxic. I'm trying to put this in words where y'all understand what I'm saying. Now, let me say this to say, I don't think 7, if you spray a couple of bugs here or there and you not spraying your whole plant, you just spraying the bug, I don't think y'all need to worry about that so much. I know we want to be as 100% non-toxic as we can, but sometimes we have to get our food, and it doesn't, if you just gonna spray, like for instance, let's say I saw a leaf-footed bug right here on this branch and I sprayed him and a little of the 7 got right here. That's not going to affect the tomatoes up here. That's not how that poison works. I think some people have these, I think they let the internet and the fear mongering scare you so bad that you think that, ooh, if just a little mist of that get on the plant, the whole plant is toxic. That's not how that works. That's really not how that works. Now, if you mist and spray your whole plant, cover your whole plant, that's a totally different story. But that's not what I do. I don't spray my whole plant. I go in and as I see bugs, I spot spray. I try to spray the bug. But like for instance, if he on this leaf and you hit the bug, naturally a little of that 7 is going to get on that leaf. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So I just want to make it clear to y'all what I'm saying. I want y'all to be, absolutely understand what I'm saying to you all. Okay. So that's how you look for leaf-footed bugs and other bugs. You can use those same tactics to look for other bugs. If you know that you get cabbage lupus, go check your cabbage plants. That's what they like the most. If you don't see anything there, sometimes they're opportunistic. They may decide certain worms like to eat callaloo. Check your callaloo if you have callaloo. Look for damage. That's what you do. But you start by knowing what's their favorite treats in the garden. Then once you identify what it is, then you go from there and see what it is. Because see, cabbage lupus, I don't use 7 on them. I use BT on them because BT is biological. It's not toxic. Those bacteria that kill those worms have no effect on mammals. They only have an effect on worms. They don't even affect bees. Like some people be like, well, what about the bees? They don't work like that. See, that's how you know people don't really understand the science of how something works. Let me explain to you. I'm going to go over here into a brassica. I'm going to explain to you. And then I'm going to get off of here. But I want to explain this stuff because when you have knowledge, there's power, and power leads to confidence, which you can see what I'm saying? It's a chain to that. There's so much this society has become where we disenfranchise and we take power away from people and we take confidence away from people. And then when you have a society like that, then you wonder why the world is in the shape that it's in. Because we have a bunch of little scared, little weak people who they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. So I'm going to help you know your ass from a hole in the ground. So, see here, I'm going to go right here to this damage. So y'all won't say I don't never show where I mess up. So when these worms eat these leaves, you can clearly see they eat all the way through. And I know somebody going to say, oh, you can take those leaves off. I'm going to take them off. But I don't want to take all of the leaves off. They still doing a little photosynthesis. I want to wait till some more undamaged leaves grow in the middle and get a little bigger. Then I'll take these off, okay? Don't starve your plant so to where it can't even do photosynthesis. Okay, now, back to what I was talking about. So the worms going to eat these leaves. If your brassicas are not flowering, meaning they're just like this, these are not flowering, they're just growing leaves, correct? Do you ever see any bees over here? No. So if you spray these with BT, how would the BT hurt the bees? That's number one. But number two, when you spray these leaves, in order for the worm to ingest that BT, so you're going to spray your leaves and the bacteria that's in the BT is going to stay on the leaves. The worms are then going to eat the leaves, and then that means they ingested that bacteria, right? When bees are in your garden, what are they doing? Pollinating. Do they eat flowers in order to pollinate them? No, they do not. They simply collect the pollen. As a matter of fact, where do they collect the pollen? On little pollen sacs on their legs. That's what all that little pollen be on their legs. So you see how BT wouldn't even affect bees? They're not eating leaves. They don't even eat the pollen. I know people probably think that, but bees actually have 2 different chambers in their bodies. And that is not their digestive. You get what I'm saying? They don't eat the pollen. They simply collect it and transport it back to the hive. Yes? So that's how BT and spinosad, which is also a bacterial, that's how that works. In case you didn't know. Okay? So that's how it's able to not hurt the bees. Same thing when you see wasps. When you see wasps, they pollinate as well, but they also eat those worms. And I know you're gonna say, well, if the wasps are beneficial and they're eating the worms, you don't want them to eat the worms that ate the bacteria. That bacteria only affects those worms, not wasps. Wasps and worms are in different stages of life. That makes sense. And if y'all know anything about wasps, y'all know it's a lot of stuff that don't kill wasps. Like, for instance, why you think they make a specific wasp spray in the store? Spray a wasp with something regular. Spray a wasp with something for ants and watch it won't kill it. They actually have special sprays to kill wasps because wasps, the way you have to kill them is different than other. You see what I'm saying? So there are some nuances in there that a lot of people don't know, and you very welcome to go read about it. But I'm saying all that to say just to help give you some confidence and some wisdom into using some of this stuff, because I have seen people say, "Oh, well, I'm scared of BT because it may." How about you read about it first before you be scared? Why be scared first instead of reading first? See what I'm saying? Don't lead with fear. When you lead with fear, you lead with negativity and you attract other negativity to your life. Be very careful with that. So many people out here doing that. You have to be very careful. I'm not saying don't be cognition or think about things or reason over things first. But what I'm saying is don't jump out there and say, "Oh, I'm scared. I don't know how." Well, if you don't know, won't you take the time to go find out? See, I'm not gonna lie, that's breeding something where you breed something and say stupidity is cute. Stupidity is not cute. It's not cute in any form or fashion. Stupidity is the bane of my existence and a lot of other people's existence too. So I'm gonna quit preaching at y'all, and I hope y'all got something out of this. As far as I don't even want to put that there. Child, when this stuff swimming like this, you have to. But they're not gonna get out of there because that sometimes you be careful with those leaf-footed bug nymphs. It takes them a shorter time to die, but when they first in there, they will try everything under the sun to be able to crawl out of there because they're young and they want to live. But if you keep an eye on them. But y'all ain't gonna preach at y'all no longer. I'm not gonna hold y'all no longer. If you got questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section. And thank y'all for everybody that's still watching me garden. I hope you enjoy watching me garden. Even if you can't garden currently, I try to bring y'all out here so y'all can get some sunlight and look at some greenery, and maybe you can feel some type of, I don't know, something positive from that. So look. That ain't positive. Wait a minute. When there are 2 or more gathered. But no, I believe that's a leaf. I'm finna get you. That ain't no assassin bug. And I've gotten to the point where I can spot assassin bugs when they babies too. Y'all do that if you know that you have assassin bugs. I didn't have assassin bugs when I first started my garden. I do now. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got to get him. Got him. Got him here and there. Got him. I'm not playing with these bugs. I'm not playing. Because all they do is tear up your stuff. And I'm still harvesting and growing and carrying on. I need every pepper over there. I need it. If not for me, for somebody else. I want to make mention of this, and then I'm going to really get off of here. I have not forgot about my talk about the farm numbers and getting your farm numbers. Y'all have been so busy out in the community doing this advocacy work. And I'm getting ready to branch off into some stuff that is really going to probably be informative to you all, that you all may want this information as well. So like I said, I hadn't forgot about that. It's just that when I put that video out, I want to make sure it's accurate. I want to make sure it's on point. And because I'm actually going to take notes to do that video off of. I don't want to talk off the top of my head because when it's a little informal like what I be doing out here, I can do that. But I want to make sure that I'm on point when I'm giving you this information, so that if you want to follow it, it's very clear and concise. I don't want it to be all over the place, if that makes sense. Okay? So y'all keep watching. Stay tuned. I have not forgot about seeds and different things of that nature. I'm going to begin to start putting it out soon. Let me see what y'all doing. See the meth head neighbors. I'm finna be nosy right quick. They done stopped beside the road. Look at her. She looking in there. Look at her. Nose ass. Look at her. Look at her. Can y'all see her? She knows as hell. She done opened it up, closed back up. Now she finna get her ass back in the car. But you don't. But see, that be the shit there. Cause see, I saw somebody throw that out there, and I don't even know really where it come from. But I was gonna get the tote, which I still am. Cause if she pull off from there and she don't get it, I'm finna get the tote and I'm finna grow in that sucker. I ain't playing no doggone games. But I don't know what's in it. I know it's something in it, but I left it there because it fell off the back of somebody's truck. And I figured they didn't know about it. And I figured if they knew about it, they would come back and get it. I'm not into stealing somebody's stuff. They done pull off. I'm gonna let them get off the block. And then I'm going over there to get that. I want the tote. I don't want what's in it. I could give a rat's ass about what's in it, because it must wasn't nothing important in it that she left it. Because if it was anything valuable, you best believe that meth head would have got that. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to get off of here. Y'all took me talking about how my neighbors have y'all laughing and stuff like that. Child, I really do try to mind my damn business. I really do. But when I come out here and I see people doing trifling stuff, I can't help but to speak on. But anyhow, y'all, till next time, I'm going to see you guys later.